Alright, let's build something. But first, we have to clean this mess. I need a wood storage cart. That's what I'm going to do today. Alright, so I've already broken down my plywood with my circular saw, and now I'm cutting the dividers that will make up the storage boxes across the front. This piece is 3 feet long, and I'm going to cut a diagonal across the center of it at an angle, and that will give me 2 dividers with 1 cut. The angle ends up being about 50 degrees, but what I did was measure up 15 inches on the front and 21 inches on the back, and then cut from point to point. Now I'm just flushing up the bottoms of the dividers on my crosscut sled and cleaning up the cuts from the circular saw. Here I'm attaching one of those dividers to the side of my workbench so that I can attach the upright piece at a 90-degree angle much easier. One divider is attached on the left edge of one of the uprights, and another divider will be added to the right side of another upright, and then the last 2 will be attached directly in the middle of the last 2 uprights. The plywood I'm using is this 3/4 inch pine that's pre-finished on both sides, so I had to sand off the finish so that the glue would stick. And here I'm just tacking it in place so that I can countersink and screw it together. The next step is to attach the bottom and center rail to the 2 outside uprights, making sure they're square to each other. Now I'm ready to attach the 2 center dividers to the frame. I use a spacing stick to make sure they're exactly the same distance from the outside edge. This will make it easier to lay out where the holes need to be drilled so that I can attach the frame from the underside of the base. Using the spacing stick also allows me to make sure that the center dividers are square with the outside ones. Then I just clamp it in place and attach it with screws from the back. See that pile of wood in the background? That's exactly why I'm making this thing. I'm laying out where my glue lines need to stop so I don't get glue outside of where these front rails are going to be attached. Here I'm clamping that front rail in place. Somehow it got off a little bit, so I had to pull that one divider in about 1/4 of an inch and clamp it. Then I tacked it, and each divider got 2 screws. These front rails weren't very thick, so I had to be very careful not to split out the pieces by putting 2 screws so close together. Then I just made sure the 2 center dividers were square, tacked them in place, and then they also got pre-drilled, countersunk, and screwed together. Then I just did the same process for the top rail. I'm cutting this piece of 1/2-inch plywood to 2 foot by 5 foot for the base. I've had this piece of plywood around a long time. It's a bit dried out and a little bit bowed. I had to cut pretty slowly to reduce the splintering. Here's where I use the frame itself to lay out where I need to drill through from the bottom. The sheet of plywood I have on my bench right now is actually upside down. That will be the bottom, and then I will flip it over and attach the frame from the other side. Now I've laid the frame on its face and then flipped that piece of plywood over, and now all of those lines should line up with where the frame, so I can just drill right through the bottom. There was a little bit of racking between the frame and the piece of plywood, so I attached one side and there was a spacer under the other side, and then I removed that spacer and then used the leverage from the plywood to bring it back into square. Using this framework design keeps everything very light and uses a lot less wood. I'm attaching this top rail horizontal instead of vertical like the other two. This gave me just a little bit more room in the center section of the frame. Here I'm cutting a 7-degree angle off the bottom of the upright rails for the plywood storage side. Here I'm just laying out these pieces so I can transfer the line of where they need to end up to the bottom side of the plywood, so I can once again screw through from the bottom. You can't see it, but I'm using a spacer stick to make sure that that bottom rail is exactly the same distance from the center support. I'm laying out the uprights to make sure that my angles were correct, and then to mark where I need to make the cuts on the top rail. Now that those uprights have been screwed into place, I'm laying out where I need to put the shelf support for the middle. This will also strengthen those uprights. If when I lay some plywood against them, they won't bow. I use my combination square on the back side of the middle rail and then just transfer the line over. So I'm putting this front rail on that line and clamping it in place before I can screw it together. And once this shelf is screwed into place, this whole frame design becomes much more rigid and still stays very light. Pretty easy to lift it up and place it onto the 2x4 frame for the base. Then the whole frame gets screwed down to the 2x4 base. I use some pieces of 3/4 inch plywood to reinforce where the casters will go, and I use these little spacer blocks to lay out the holes so that when the caster swivels, it doesn't hit the 2x4 frame. Then I pre-drill the holes for the lag bolts I use to attach the casters. The fully assembled frame is still light enough for me to lift it, and it's strong enough for anything that I'm ever going to put on it. Now it's time to install the wire mesh that keeps small pieces from falling through. I'm going to cut off the corners so that I can attach the top and bottom rail on the front of the horizontal piece and the vertical pieces on the back side of the uprights. Hope that makes sense. This air stapler made it much easier to install all the wire mesh. Here I'm installing the trailer stake pockets. I'll show what I use these for later in the video. Ta-da! Here it is, folks. My super sexy, absolutely amazing, rolling wood storage cart of awesomeness. I designed this after watching Tamar with 3x3 Customs build hers. She didn't use a full sheet on the back, and she just used some upright rails. And she liked the way that it was open, so I decided to build the whole cart that way. I built the entire frame out of a single sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. The base is a 2 foot by 5 foot sheet of 1/2 inch plywood, and then some 2x4s. And the wire mesh screen allows me to see everything. I can see all the way into the bottom from the front. Nothing gets lost. I got 3 bays. This one's storing my hardwoods. This one is storing my plywood, and then this is just dimensional lumber, MDF, and miscellaneous scrap. I built this little box up top with a wire mesh bottom in it so it doesn't collect dust to hold all of my smaller scrap wood, you know, tinier blocks. If I need a stop block or a small part, I already have the piece. I don't need to cut it from a bigger piece, and it gives me someplace to store it so I don't throw it away. My center storage has two shelves. The bottom shelf and then a mid-level shelf. I'd originally planned to put a middle shelf in between there, but I might have accidentally used that piece of wood to put the supports under my casters on the bottom. I didn't realize that was the piece of wood I was saving for the middle shelf until I'd already cut it, and by then it was too late. I didn't want to cut up a full sheet of plywood just for that shelf, so for now it's just going to have 2 bays and that's good enough, but I can always add it later. In the back is where I store the plywood. Currently have 2 full sheets of plywood on there, plus some miscellaneous scrap pieces. And what I did was I added these trailer stake pockets to the bottom. And the number one reason I put those on there was for safety. In case this fell forward, that's a lot of weight. I didn't want it to fall on anyone or anything. And what it also allows me to do is get to my plywood that's in the back. I can pull this sheet out without trying to hold this from falling forward or asking for help. I can just do it all on my own. But if I do need to like load a bunch of sheets from the front or remove all of these, I can take these 2x4s off and then load it or unload it that way. Alright, that is my wood storage cart of awesomeness. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of thing. That'd be really helpful. Thank you.